Hello, Morongo Basin and listeners around the world, online at Z107.7fm.com. This is your Z107.7 local news for Saturday, June 7th, 2025. It's been just over a week since the Eureka fire ignited in Joshua Tree National Park. Last Friday at around noon, a column of smoke could be seen coming up from behind the ridge that defines the northern border to the national park. It was initially reported at 20 acres, but quickly grew to over 200, which is where it's remained, with containment continuing to rise. As of Friday, containment was at 85%, and the national park says that all outside crews were released earlier this week. The Black Rock Interagency Fire Crew, which is made up of National Park Service and Bureau of Land Management firefighters, is currently managing operations. A representative from Joshua Tree National Park says it appears the fire started adjacent to Lower Covington Flats Road in the Covington Flats area of the park. The area is known for containing some of the oldest trees in the park, including western Joshua trees. That area is also of interest to many locals for development on private in-holdings near the Covington Flats area, named Whispering Pines. There's currently a single prefabricated home on the private in-holding, and when asked about the proximity of the fire to the Whispering Pines development, Joshua Tree National Park says the fire is still under investigation, but no structures have been harmed in the fire. While containment is still at 85%, firefighting operations have mostly turned to mop-up operations, making sure that there aren't hidden hotspots that could reignite. The park says they're evaluating the impact of the fire to the Joshua trees, wildlife, and other resources in the area, and they've assigned resource advisors to work alongside the fire crews while they finish containment and begin to prep for restoration efforts. The trails and roads that were temporarily closed due to the fire are now open, but you should always check the alerts page on Joshua Tree National Park's website before heading into the park. That's at nps.gov/JOTR, or you can download the National Park Service app, which is available for both Apple and Android. We'll have links on our website, Z107.7fm.com. And today is California Adopt a Pet Day, with more than 150 shelters across the state holding adoption events, including a few right here in the Morongo Basin. With more, here's proud dog dad, Jeff Harmatz.
Palms and Paws Animal Shelter in 29 Palms is hosting an adoption event with all fees waived on eligible pets that have already been spayed or neutered. They'll be hosting the event from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. today at the shelter located at 7086 Bullion Avenue in 29 Palms. The Yucca Valley Animal Shelter will waive fees for all adoptions at their adoption event. You can meet the shelter's dogs and cats who have all been spayed or neutered, are up to date on their vaccines, and have been microchipped. The shelter is at capacity with 101 dogs, though not all of them are Dalmatians. The event runs from noon until 5 p.m. at the Yucca Valley Animal Shelter located at 4755 Malin Way. If you miss either of these events, there are so many needy dogs, cats, and sometimes even tortoises at our local shelters. You can find information about these shelters' regular hours at this story on our website, Z107.7fm.com. It's always a great time to meet some new little critters, so let's help find these abandoned animals some forever homes. Reporting for Z107.7, I'm Jeff Harmatz.
Thanks, Jeff. Shelters are over capacity everywhere in Southern California, and the Morongo Basin unfortunately isn't an exception to that. Pet abandonment rates have been on the rise since COVID, but pet overpopulation has always been a problem. The proliferation of pet breeders selling dogs and cats online has created a market where the sale of animals is often concealed in language like rehoming fees. Pet breeders are only half the equation, though, the other half being the willing buyers who prop up the demand for bred animals. Either way, both parties add to the grim math that for every pet purchase from a breeder, a shelter animal is euthanized. However, on the other side of the spectrum is the high desert's love and respect for animals, both wild and domestic. There are many examples of animal sanctuaries and rescues up here, and it only takes a few minutes of scrolling on Facebook to find plenty of passionate people advocating for animals both in and outside our county. Organizations like the Animal Action League offer low-cost spay and neutering, and the fact that they're often booked out weeks in advance speak to the needs for those services in the high desert. An unfixed pet is a litter waiting to happen, even if you keep your pet inside at all times. Accidents happen and pets get loose, so a good collar with your contact info on it could make the difference between a homecoming and a heartbreak. Keeping your pets and their potential offspring out of the shelters is an important step in lowering the pet population. You can see this story on our website for links to organizations we mention here, as well as where to submit a lost or found pet for Z107.7's Cruising Critters. That's at Z107.7fm.com. The 29 Palms Art Gallery celebrates their June exhibition, opening up tonight from 5 o'clock to 7, featuring Rena Daniel and Ruben Rodriguez in the gallery's West Wing and Edward Montgomery in the East. Reporter Gabriel Hart describes each artist's work in this stylistically diverse show.
29 Palms ceramicist Rena Danielle's Fractured Oasis collection explores the beauty and tension in brokenness, cracked, fissured, and repaired surfaces that mirror crumbling systems, fragmented architecture, and the quiet resilience of nature. Danielle's work challenges the notion all fractures must be repaired or that broken equals discarded. Ruben Rodriguez's My American Review collects album covers from the 50s through the 80s on which Rodriguez has painted around the figures to redefine the context. His collection is supplemented by hand-tinted postcards, black and white photos, and smaller historical canvases. From Victorville, Edward Montgomery's Kinetic Ambiguity project features his signature post-production formula, using camera movement with long exposures to create the illusion of accelerated reality. Joshua trees, power lines, and mountain ranges are principal characters in this story about the southwestern edge of the Mojave Desert. The exhibition will be on display June 6th through 29th, open Friday through Sunday, 11 a.m. through 3 p.m. The 29 Palms Art Gallery is located at 74055 Cottonwood Drive at the corner of National Park Drive and 29 Palms. For more information, visit 29palmsartgallery.com. Reporting for Z107.7, I'm Gabriel Hart.
There's a free all-ages punk and country show tonight out at the Giant Rock Meeting Room in Flamingo Heights, featuring a high desert favorite, the Hot Patooties, and playing bass in that band is Z107.7's own DJ Kim, and she's joining me here in the Z107.7 newsroom right now. Hi, Kim.
Hi, Robert.
So if you're hearing this voice, you're probably used to hearing Kim on the weekdays here
Yes.
at Z107.7, but you're also in a band called the Hot Patooties.
Yes, and we just got back from Vegas.
How was the show in Vegas?
It was for punk rock bowling, and we played a pool party at 10:45 in the morning,
Sounds like Vegas.
throwing inflatable things around a pool. It's me, Beth, and Shanzi, and Beth and I actually had played a show a very long time ago together in San Francisco in two separate bands that we were in. She was in the Loudmouths and I was in a band called the Distillers. And then cut to many, many years later, I came out here to live and everyone said, have you met Beth? Have you met Beth? Do you know Beth? And so I met Beth and I met Shanzi, and their bass player had just moved out of town and they were looking for a bass player. And so it just kind of like, boom, it just kind of happened. And we're all very silly and have a lot of fun.
And the Hot Patooties were born.
Yes.
Got ants in your pants and you just want to dance, come on and shake.
I kind of joked around calling it punk rock meets truck stop, garagey, kind of loose and fun. We say to shake your booties to the Hot Patooties.
To the hot patooties, yeah. Shake it, baby, all night long.
Well, the last couple shows we played at Giant Rock Meeting Room, there's been a little pit for us. And so it's usually about fun and dancing. We have a dance contest where the best dancer gets a pair of our Hot Patooties underpants, because we sell underpants as well.
Yeah.
We sell out of them. We've sold out of them several times. There's a small suitcase full of them.
Get there early for the Hot Patooties panties.
Definitely. And for the dance contest, because you can win them for free.
And so that's all happening tonight at 7 o'clock?
Yes. That's when the show starts. There'll be music from 7 to 10.
Okay.
And so there's two bands, and then there is going to be someone playing acoustically kind of in between to keep everyone entertained.
And of
Always
course, you
set
can
up.
grab some slices of pizza while you're there as well.
Do it. You got to get your pizza. You can get some beverages. It'll be a really nice night.
It sounds like a fun night, Kim. And so
Thank
get out there
you.
to Flamingo Heights tonight, out to the Giant Rock Meeting Room, and see the Hot Patooties. Hologram Teen is a solo project from former Stereolab keyboardist Morgan Lotte, and her new album is called Captain Fluo. She describes it as a disco and new wave influenced love letter to the underground nightlife of Paris. The album is being released today with a party at White Label Vinyl in 29 Palms. The record will be for sale in limited edition yellow colored vinyl, and they'll play it in full at the event, followed by a DJ set from Soft Cuss. There's also going to be food from Galaxy Pies JT and drinks from Scorpion Lollipop. Come hear the new record, dance, and imbibe with Hologram Teen at White Label Vinyl, located at Corner 62 at 73552 29 Palms Highway. That's taking place tonight from 5 to 8. And the Glass Outhouse Art Gallery is celebrating its 16th anniversary by welcoming back all the artists that have shown art throughout the years. They're holding a first Saturday art reception tonight with 11 featured artists, including 5 youths. There'll also be music by the Joshua Tree Experiment. You can come by tonight and celebrate with all the artists that have made the Glass Outhouse Gallery what it is today. It begins at 6 and goes until 9. They're located at 77575 29 Palms Highway out in 29 Palms. And that's your local news for Saturday. You can hear local news 7 times a day, 7 days a week at 7, 8, 9, noon, 4, 5, and 6. More Morongo Basin residents get their local news from Z107.7 than any other source. Reporting out of Joshua Tree, California, alongside the award-winning Z107.7 News team, I'm Robert Hayden.